Why does Whoopi Goldberg hate the Jews? Like, okay, it's so weird, right? Because she did this stuff. I thought this was earlier. I was doing a little research for this story, and it's like, I remember her talking about, the Holocaust. There wasn't a race thing. It's like, that was wild. I thought that was just a few weeks ago. That apparently happened in January of this year. What the fuck? This year went by quick. Holy. But no. It wasn't good enough once, okay? And she didn't learn from Kanye West getting taken out of context, because at least that dude said that he loves everybody. And then he had to, double down and say, I love everybody, including Hitler. It's like, you could have been fine without having to point that out, or raising up the good virtuous points of Nazis. You could have done without that, Kanye. But in the grand scheme of things, okay. Kanye gets yeeted off of all the platforms, and you haven't heard fucking word one out of that guy for a long old time. But Whoopi goes on one of the most, I don't know why, but one of the most popular talk shows on television, and continues to say the exact same shit that almost got her fired to begin with. And guess what happened? Nothing. What did she say this time? Let's, instead of being hyperbolic about the stuff, instead of attributing different quotes to her, what did she actually say? Whoopi Goldberg. It's funny because we went into the etymology of her name back when all of this stuff popped off, but I forget the history of her chosen given name, Whoopi, but Goldberg was a suggestion from her grandmother because she said that it sounded Jewish, so you should go ahead and take that. Found herself at the center of a new uproar. Yes, this is brand new shit, okay? After restating controversial opinions about the Holocaust that got her briefly banned, she took a fucking couple days sabbatical. Let's stop it. From The View earlier in 2022. In a new interview published by the Sunday Times, the Oscar-winning actress maintained that the Holocaust wasn't originally about race to the Nazis. How can you say something so patently stupid? She has since issued a statement apologizing for her latest comments and has stated that she does believe the Holocaust was about race. First time was a mistake, the second time is a fucking pattern. It's like, if you believe that, that's fine, man. But we should have equal distribution of outrage and consequences, especially from the side that always wants consequences. Like, if you were one of the people that's like, it's free speech, you go ahead and you can spout off whatever crazy shit you want, I'd be totally fine with this. I wouldn't be calling for anybody to get canceled, suspended, anything like that. Nor am I doing that right now either. I just find it funny where you have two very obvious examples of anything, saying anything about the Jews out there in popular culture in 2022. One gets handled with kid gloves, and the other one gets tossed out on his ass and needs to pay $200,000 in child support every fucking month. Wow! But yet there's only two real distinctions between the two. And wonder if that plays into it anyways. Okay. Goldberg, whose real name is Carolyn Elaine Johnson. Yeah, not quite as catchy, not quite as Hollywood as you would like it to be. First made her comments about Jewish people and the Holocaust in January of 2022. I thought I could have swore it was sometime over the summer. She was accused of being anti-Semitic on The View and was later asked about her own views on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. She issued 2 apologies on Twitter for her comments, but she was suspended from the daytime talk show. Yeah, for 2 weeks? Was she even gone for that long? I don't even think it was that long. But anyways, at the time, Goldberg said the Holocaust wasn't about race, but man's inhumanity to man. But women wouldn't have done anything nearly as fucked up, right? She also said, this is white people doing it to white people. Okay, so are the Jews, are Jews a race of people, or are Jews white? Or if it wasn't about, there's so many things to parse out on this. She's crazy, so you're never going to actually get like a firm answer on this. So y'all going to fight amongst yourselves, but I'm still just going to go ahead and throw in my 2 cents. Never face consequences. You go, girl. Now, she promotes an upcoming drama movie, Till, an emotional biopic about the death of Emmett Till. Oh, yes, of course, the last black guy to ever get lynched. Even though it wasn't the last guy to ever get lynched, and on balance of sheer numbers, more white people were lynched. But yeah, no, of course, we'll just go ahead and embellish just one story. 14-year-old black boy lynched in Mississippi in 1955 after being accused of whistling at a white woman. She spoke openly about her previous comments. Yeah, that bitch was lying, so guess what? Hoes be hoeing all the way back some 70 years. But no, guys, it's just a problem with modern women, Hey, man, TradCon's head there. time machine. Boy, would they be shocked with the results. Anyways, in an interview with the Sunday Times, notes how many references Goldberg makes to Jewish people before the topic is race. That's weird. Okay, they start to discuss whether to be Jewish is a race or religion. Okay, my best friend said, not for nothing, but there is no box or a census for the Jewish race. Oh, okay, cool. So Whoopi here is going to answer the JQ without even prompting. Interesting. So that leads me to believe that they're probably not a race. Oh, okay, cool, because the government doesn't want to designate Jews as a race. Ergo, I believe that Jews aren't a race. It's interesting because I think there's like ethnic Jews who were like born in Israel and shit like that. Sounds like a race to me, but again, I don't think about this stuff all that often, at least not nearly as much as Whoopi does. The interviewer points out that the Nazis saw Jewish people as a race in the Holocaust, and she's like, what did they know? I'm a black lady in 2022, and this is just white people discussing other white people problems, so here, let me be a race expert for everybody. Yes, but that's the killer, isn't it? What? The oppressor is telling you what they are. Why are you believing them? They're Nazis! Okay, so you know more about the Holocaust than the people perpetuating it because they're Nazis and you can't... What is this? She's perfect for The View. Goldberg was then asked by the interviewer, since the Nazis devised racial laws aimed specifically at Jews, wasn't the Holocaust about race? It wasn't originally, Goldberg said. Oh my god, this is the shit that you got in big trouble, and you apparently apologize for not being enlightened on the situation. Unless, of course, this was an interview that was canned from 2021, and now it just came out at this most inopportune time. Right at the end of Hanukkah, for Christ's sake, or Yahweh's sake. Remember who they were killing first. They were not killing racial, they were killing physical. Well, gypsies, Jews... Anybody who didn't fit the specific description of the Aryan Ubermensch, they were pretty thorough about that. I'm just saying, what were the descriptors of the chosen people in Hitler's eyes? Oh, blonde-haired, blue eyes, and white skin. Oh, okay, cool. Wasn't a racial thing, though. They were killing people they considered to be mentally defective, and they made this decision. But if you take a look at it, you know, ethnically German people and ethnically Jewish people do have some of the highest IQ scores that are out there. So how would you define mentally defective? People who consistently and probably have the View on an alert system. The reports that the report then notes that Goldberg pondered if the Jews lose their faith, are they still part of the Jewish race? Yeah, but Jews... this is so fucked, man. I don't want to even continue reading this stuff because this is just so buck-ass fucking wild. Once again, Goldberg faced backlash from the Jewish community over the comments. The CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, slammed Goldberg's latest comments on Twitter. Oy vey! Yet again, Whoopi Goldberg's comments about the Holocaust embrace a deeply offensive and incredibly ignorant once again, and then they'll just go on The View and I'll exchange a bunch of different information with Whoopi and tell her that she's so wrong and I'll get paid for it. I don't care, bro. It's like, legitimately, this is the fucking cycle that never ends, okay? These are the hands that don't get clean. She's just going to continue to do this stuff because, I don't know, does it give The View a boost in ratings whenever there's controversy? Or I guess it should be controversy because, well, it's the fucking cackling henhouse for a reason, but don't worry, guys. She's just playing in the playbook once again, okay? Once everybody was paying attention, oh, don't worry, Whoopi will take the bullet for this one. I'll walk back my statements. Oh, don't worry about it, okay? And then everybody will go away for a holiday vacation. Then she'll come back in the new year and then have, I don't know, probably just be one Trump to get fired because who fucking knows? Or, I'm sorry, indicted. He can't get fired from anything. My mistake. That's just his catchphrase. You fired. Whoopi Goldberg has once again walked back her comments about the Holocaust as pressure mounts for Disney's ABC to fire her from The View. In a statement issued Tuesday, Goldberg apologized for her remarks made during a recent interview with the Sunday Times of London. She doubled down on earlier comments, claiming that the extermination of Jews during the Holocaust wasn't racially motivated. It actually gets worse than that because she's really thought about this stuff. There's nothing intrinsically wrong with thinking out complex issues like this, but she's come to the wrong conclusion, okay, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's definitely the wrong conclusion. And I don't have no fucking ABC Disney contract that I'm worried about losing or anything like that. It's just patently fucking wrong. So, but again, to reiterate, I'm not calling for her firing or anything like that. I just find this incredibly hilarious. So here's her statement. Let's see if this gets better. Okay. recently while doing press in London. I was asked about my comments from earlier this year. I tried to convey to the reporter that I had said why, or what I had said and why, and attempted to recount that time. It was never my intention to appear as if I was doubling down on hurtful comments, especially after taking with and hearing people like rabbis and old and new friends weighing in. I'm still learning a lot, and believe me, I heard everything everyone said to me. I believe that the Holocaust was about race, and I am still as sorry as I was then that I upset, hurt, and angered people. My sincere apologies again, especially to everyone who thought that this was a fresh rehash of the subject. I promise it was not. It is in this time of rising anti-Semitism, brought on by who? Anyways, I want to be very clear that although when I say I always stood with the Jews, or Jewish people, and always will. My support for them has not wavered and never will, and thanks for the last name. Now, I'm almost tempted to agree with her and listen to her when it says that, she was just trying to clarify her statements from earlier this year. I was taken out of context because, okay, the last time that I covered an interview from the Times, it was about Jordan Peterson when he was clearing up how he was getting clean, and then also the interviewer taking it out of context saying that, oh my God, he just admits he has schizophrenia and he's got a whole bunch of other diagnoses, and it's like, well, that actually wasn't the thing. So I can understand if it's the Times being very selective and incredibly salacious about an interview. I could understand that. So there's a little bit of leeway on this. But the difference in treatment between Goldberg and Ye, man, it's profound, because Kanye lost everything. That's not even an understatement. He lost everything. Is there anything left for that dude? Absolutely not. But Whoopi, on the other hand, she'll just chill on this one. But watch, by the time this gets published, maybe ABC will just release a statement. I hope not. I just want more crazy shit from her on The View all the time. I might, have to check in every once in a while, because if it's not for Anna Navarro comparing white women to cockroaches, Joy Behar just being Joy Behar, and I don't even know the rest of the cackling hens. It's normally those three that just say the dumbest shit, and to lose one of them, man, that's like one head of the Hydra, man. We can't be having that. But until somebody says something equally stupid, that'll be all for The View right now. And thankfully, this isn't the fucking 90s anymore. Nobody cares about Whoopi, okay? Only when she barks about, little six-pointed stars. So with all that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.